Hello friends, welcome to KK Java tutorials. In this video tutorial, we'll see how to change permissions in a file in Linux operating system. Yeah. So guys, the permissions of a file are the first line of defense in the security of Linux operating system. The basic building block of Linux operating permissions are like read, write, and execute permissions. In this video tutorial, we'll see how to change these permissions for a given file, right? Using certain commands, right? So here, first of all, let me list out all the files and directory available on my desktop. So here, just I have opened my terminal and it is pointing in my basically home directory. You can type pwd, that's present working directory, and that will show you. But I would like to move on my desktop, so I will do cd and then desktop, right? So that I will be my terminal is pointing on desktop. Now to see all kind of permission for all those directories and files present at my disk, I will write a command ls minus l, right? So ls is the one of the command that will give you the list of all the directories available on your current or present working directory, and minus l is called long listing. This will give you the details, right? All the basically details like what are the permissions, what is the group name, username, when file was created, symbolic link, and all. So if I press enter, then here you can see there are two files, test1.txt and tutorial1. There are two text file and one directory is present at my desktop. So this is giving the information about this directory as well as files. Yeah. So now if you look into here, whenever you see the first character in this title, D means directory. So test is a directory at my desktop. That's why D represents first character, right? First character always represents the, in first column, first character always represents the type of the file or directory. So D stands for directory. If this represents as a dash or minus, then this is a file. So the last column represents the file or directory name, right? And that's how we have a two text file, then this is represented by the dash. If you have some png file or some kind of image or mp4 file, then that will be represented as dash itself, right? Because those are files, right? So you understood basically first this weird character you see, right? In this all character, first character represents the type of file, right? Now rest of the things, if you could see here, these are nothing but the after first character, whatever character you see over, these are all the permissions, right? So here you can see the character R stands for read permission, right? Read permission basically grants the capability to read, means you can view the content of the file. Then you can see W means, here you can see the W, after read we have a W stands for write, right? So this grants the capability to modify or remove the content of the file. And last you can see you have a X means execute, right? So user with execute permissions can run the file as a program. Let's say if your file represents a shell script, then you have to run that file. In that case you require this execute permission, right? But you might be thinking this character RWX is repeating again and again, right? Yeah. So let me tell you, as I said, first character represents the type of the file. Then after that, next three characters basically, if you look into after this, next three characters represents the basically permission of the owner or user, right? Whoever user is logged in right now, this is the permission for the user. RWX means this is the permission, this is the basically permission to the owner, or you can say this is the owner's permission which determines what action the owner of the file can perform on this file, right? So owner of this file means nothing but the who has created this file, right? They can read, write, and execute this directory, right? Same applies for the file as well. Now next set of character, next three set of character after that, that represents basically again group permissions, right? The group's permission determine what action a user who is a member of the group that a file belongs to can perform on the file, right? And again, last three characters basically represent uh, permission for other users, right? To the permission for the other indicate what action all other users can perform on a file, right, or directory, right? So I hope you understood. But here you might be thinking there is a dash. What represents that? First dash, that means file, but inside that you have a dash after that, then dash means no permission, right? So you have to understand these things. I hope you understood about this detail, right? Permissions about the uh, directory as a file. So you understood this one. Now second information represents the basically symbolic link. Now next information, this is the nothing but the username or a directory or file owner. Next information, this is nothing but the basically group name, right? So unfortunately group username and group name are both are same, right? But this represents the group name from which this user belongs, right? After that you have a file or directory size, right? This is in bytes. And then after you have some kind of date and time. This is the date and time when last time this file was either created or updated, right? And last column represents the file or directory name. I hope you understood. But in this video I'm going to show you basically how to change permission of given file, right? So just for this demo I'm going to take one file, and there I'm going to show you how to add permission, remove permission, write something like that. So let's say I'm taking an example of this test.txt, right? If you open this file has some content. But let's see what are the permissions are allowed for the user, group as well as owner on this file. So here I'm going to, at this time, just I'm going to list out only details for test.txt. So I will write ls -l, and then after I'm going to specify the specifically file name, so that this will list out the details for this file only. Now here you can see first this minus sign represents type of file, means this is a text file, right? Now user or owner, user has a basically read write permission only, right? So R stands for read, W stands for R, and dash stands for no writes, means user doesn't have any execute permission. Now next three characters represents, this is the permission given to the basically group, right? So group has also read and write permission but not execute permission, and for other user has only read permission but not the write and execute permission, right? So let's say I would like to change the permission, then how we can do? It's very simple. What you have to write, you have to write chmod. This is also called change mode, right? And here first of all we'll learn how to change the permission using symbolic mode. In next video we'll see some other mode is called numeric mode or octa mode, you can say, right? That will be the next video, but here we will see symbolic mode, right? So to change the file or directory permissions you can use chmod, that is also called change mode command, right? So so here I'm going to basically use chmod, and after that you can use three stuff. First, plus sign to basically add some permission, then you can use minus sign to remove some permission, and finally you can use also equal to sign to assign some permission, right? So let's see each and every operator how we can add, remove or assign some permission, right? So now existing permission is something like that. Let's say I decided to add basically execute permission to the user as well, right? Execute permission to user doesn't have it, and group doesn't have, right? And I would like to give the execute permission for other also, right? Other user has only read permission. So here I will write all these permissions, you can separate it with the comma. Here U stands for user, right? And here I'm going to write plus sign, and here user I have to assign execute permission. Right now user doesn't have it, right? So U means user plus X means I'm adding execute permission. Then you can specify basically comma, or you can specify semicolon. I think you can specify, sorry, comma, and then after you can have I would like to assign not assign but add permission for group, execute permission again. User group doesn't have execute permission. And for other user, G stands for group, O plus means O stands for other user, I would like to give the basically execute permission again. And if, and of course you have to finally specify the file name. So file name is nothing but a test.txt, yeah. And if you press enter and if you do ls minus L for this file, then here you can see I have added execute permission for the user, group, as well as other user as well. So this way you can add permission for your owner or user, group, as well as other user, right? Now here it's not necessary you have to assign basically these permissions for user, group, and all, right? You may take any of one option as well. So let's say I would like to add I would like to add other user write permission as well, right? Other user write permission as well. Everything should be small. And if I press enter, O plus W means just I'm adding write permission to other user. O stands for other. And of course you need to give the file name. If I press enter and if I do ls minus L, then here you can see a write permission is also assigned to the other user as well. Now this was all about how to basically add permissions. But while discussing, I had told you you can use equal to sign as well, right, to assign some permissions. Let's say here I would like to assign permission to the my other user, right? So I will write O stands for other user. O equals to, I will write let's say read and Rx means I'm going to assign to other user read and execute permissions. When I will assign this permission, then currently user has read, write, and execute. Then write permission is going to override, right? So now if I run this command and if you do ls minus L, then here you can see now user has read and execute permission but doesn't have write permissions. So when you use equal to sign, then all the basically existing permission is going to override whatever you are assigning to this equal to sign. I hope you understood, right? Now let's talk about how to remove permissions. Let's say current permission shows like this, right? So I would like to revoke execute permission from group as well as owner, right? Then how we can do that? So again I will write chmod, right? Chmod, and then for user you have, then to remove permission you will have to use minus sign, minus. I would like to remove the execute permission. Again I would like to remove execute permission from the group as well. So I will write G stands for group and minus X, right? And of course you have to, don't forget to give the file name. So that is test.txt. If I press enter and if I do ls minus L, then here you can see execute permission has been removed from user as well as group, right? So guys, I have covered all the scenario, right? Still you have any doubt or any confusion, then please let me know. So in that way you can basically add some permission or remove some permission or assign some permission to the existing file. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video and see you there in the next video tutorial.